Okay, welcome back to Demon of the Week, and this week we're having a look at Satanachia.
Welcome to my channel. You are entering the world of magic and mysticism with your host, Lee W. Johnson. Keep the lights on and help improve the channel by becoming a supporter for just $2.99 per month. Hit the join button.
Okay, so correspondences. First, some variations on the name: Satanachia, Satanachia, put Satanachia, and Satanchia. Planets, in reference to planets, Motorwake does note no official association there. However, Jahannam notes Earth, Mercury, Moon, Black Moon, Venus, and the Lesser Saturn. Direction is west primary and also north. Element is water primary and also earth secondary. So relating to that, I would actually say, this is going to be hemisphere dependent. So if you are in the northern hemisphere, then, if you're using the direction north, you're going to be relating that to earth. But if you then relate that into the southern hemisphere, then the south is going to be the position of earth within your demonolatry circle, the usual, the standard placement of the elements within the circle, depending on if you use the standard or if you change it. Anyway, colors: pink, green, indigo, silver, red, and yellow. And other correspondences would be holly thistle, lemon verbena, sage, horehound, elderberry, paprika, red sandalwood, and mugwort. And the N is furca, na ale, laris, satanachia, or satanchia. Okay, so this is found in the Grimoire Verum, and also in the Grand Grimoire. So in the Grimoire Verum, it does state under Satanachia and Satanachia are 45, or according to other versions, 44 daemons. 4 of these, the chiefs, are Surguti, Heramaal, Trimasayal, and Sustugriel. The others are of no great consequence. That's what it says in there. It also goes on to say these spirits are of great advantage, and they work well and speedily in the case that they are pleased with the operator. That's all it really says. Then according to the Grand Grimoire, Satanachia is in control of 3 spirits and a legion, those spirits being Pruslas, Ammon, and Barbatos. In Motorwake's book, Demonologist's Handbook, which I definitely recommend getting, it's a great book, she does note in Fallen Angels and Spirits of the Dark by Robert Massello, written in 1994, that Satanachia has the knowledge of all planets, provides witches with their animal familiars, and has a peculiar power over mothers. She also notes that in the Grand Grimoire, Satanachia is said to make all young or old and all women submit to him. And she also gives the following warning, which I think is worth taking notice of. Considering the spirit's expertise, it may not be the best idea to approach them if you're a woman, especially if you're a mother. Mind controls women to submit just does not sound like the kind of spirit that women would willingly invite. Okay. There are, however, some conflicting views of Satanachia. Myrta had some interesting things to say in her personal notes when speaking with the spirit. I'm going to read straight from her notes that are in her book, Demonologist's Handbook. I hope she doesn't mind. It is quite a bit. It is quite a lot, so bear with me. It says, I asked Satanachia who should work with them, and they describe themselves as a pheromone or a magnet. They care not if you're attempting to attract a specific person to maliciously control, or just want a boost to how attractive women find you. If you need their main area of expertise, you're invited to reach out. I asked Satanachia about women that visit him and was told that as long as they keep their minds, Satanachia can work as a sexual spirit and fool around, no strings attached. If this is an experience that you desire, this is a spirit to call. They won't try to violate one's boundaries, but if they prove to be too alluring to you to a point where you are obsessed and not quite acting as yourself, they're not responsible for decisions you make in that state. You have been warned again. For who would stay away, weak-willed women were mentioned due to the above scenario, and anyone that wants to utilize Satanachia for hatred and wrath. They're simply the wrong spirit for the job. If you want to bind someone to you with desire out of hatred for them, this is fine. If you want Satanachia to take revenge on someone by causing them physical harm, that is not their area of expertise. Sexual desire can be used in any malicious ways, but remember that it is still sexual desire that you're utilizing. Okay, so that was from Motorwake's Demonologist Handbook. Alright, let's see. S. Connolly also notes him as being attributed to anger, revenge, and violence. However, in the Black Grimoire of Satan by T.J. Dawson, Satanachia's attributes are listed as being lust, desire, safe travel, protection, knowledge, and prosperity. So I think you can see there's a definite conflict in attributes, from between people talking about Satanachia. Jahannam also notes Satanachia as being feminine, and I feel like I actually do feel a definite feminine energy coming through when I think of Satanachia. So I can definitely equate to Satanachia actually being feminine in nature. Personally, not everybody's going to have the same thing, and because of that, I do find it difficult to equate the whole domination of women aspect to Satanachia. So this is quite a difficult and complex spirit. I would definitely approach with caution, just to make sure that you have the Satanachia that you actually want to work with. It's possible that it really just is two very, very distinct faces of this spirit. So just make sure you've got the right one. Satanachia is also said to be the goddess Chia, who is a triple lunar goddess in the religion of the Muisca of the pre-Columbian era. Jahannam also notes that Satanachia specializes in, let's see, it's a long list again, divination practices such as crystal balls, tarot cards, and fire divination, as well as providing insights into circle casting and elemental delineations. Couldn't get that one out. She can also enhance mental acuity, bodily flexibility, and skills in manipulation and deception. Satanachia focuses on shielding, banishing, and manipulating magical energies, as well as rope and knot magic, sewing, and autoeroticism in magic. She can empower witches in various ways, including attuning them to their true will, empowering chakras, and enhancing divination abilities. Satanachia specializes in magical empowerment, particularly in orgiastic sex magic and astral travel, while also aiding in emotional healing and elemental attunement. Lastly, Satanachia can provide extensive knowledge of astrology, planets, and Chavajoth, teaching discretion and silence in magical practices. In reference to Chavajoth, I am going to assume that is in relation to the anti-cosmic Satanism and the Linen Society, and not a reference to Chavajoth that Samuel Orne Weir mentions in his book, The Perfect Matrimony. He mentions that this Chavajoth was reincarnated in Germany and poses as a war veteran and works for the Great Black Lodge. So, yeah, not sure which Chavajoth, maybe it's the same one, who knows. But anyway. Okay, so that is Satanachia. As I said, seems to be a very complex spirit, and I would definitely approach carefully and one step at a time, just to make sure that you are connecting with the type of energy you were expecting and not something completely different. And I think start that process with trying to figure out if this energy that's coming through is the masculine side or the feminine side, one of the two faces. And that seems to then alter the actual experience, So anyway, that is Satanachia, and I'm going to leave it there today. Have a good one, and cheers. Bye-bye.